Oh, and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome to the match review of Barcelona against Juventus that ended 3-0 in Barcelona's favour. As always, the match review is coming to you courtesy of OneFootball tonight, and on their app, nearly 14,000 of their app users have voted Lionel Messi tonight as their man of the match. So if you do have the OneFootball app, very well done to you, because Messi certainly tonight was the difference for Barcelona, as he very often is. And it was a very, very entertaining game at the Camp Nou tonight. The perfect start to our new Champions League campaign, and a very, very good win for Ernesto Valverde against difficult opponents at the Camp Nou. It was going to be interesting coming into this one to see how Barcelona dealt with the quality of Juventus. Obviously very good wins so far against Betis, against Alaves, against Espanyol. But I think coming into this game, we were all sitting down thinking, you know, can we do this? Can we really challenge once again this season? And this puts down once again a very, very good message. The signs are very, very promising, and I think this is a really, really good result in terms of our mentality going forward. It can give us a lot of confidence to what we can achieve this season. But I think from the start it was a very, very high pressured game. There was a good atmosphere at the Camp Nou. I think Juventus were coming into this game with a few injury problems. We started the game with a very strong team. Ousmane Dembele started the game, much to contrary belief. He did start the game despite not being maybe 100% match fit, and that did show as the game started to go on. We did start the game well though. We dominated in possession. We had a lot of the ball. We were trying to keep it. We were certainly playing out of midfield. In particular, Iniesta in that first period was outstanding. You know, he was taking the ball on, not only receiving it and then passing it, but he was making some very, very good dribbles. Alba was very, very energetic down that left-hand side right throughout the game, really. He kept his runs consistent down that left, giving us that width and giving us that option on the left wing. Of course, where there is a bit of a gap now, Luis Suarez was playing more towards the left today, but still operated mainly as a centre-forward. Lionel Messi maintained that central position that we've seen him take up for most of this season in that false nine, receiving the ball in the hole, where I think he is so dangerous right now. And it is Lionel Messi that I sit here, and I genuinely want to ask you the question, guys, is he actually getting better? He's 30 years old now. A lot of people seem to think, you know, 30 years old, then you start going down as a footballer, you know, you start to lose a bit of pace. But I've always said with Messi, it wasn't about pace, it was never about his athletic ability, it was all what was going on in his mind. His football brain is outstanding. He can produce many different aspects of his game, from passing, shooting. His general understanding of the game is outstanding, and I genuinely believe now Messi in this position, central, he's always close to goal, he's a lot more advanced than he was last season. I think he could actually be getting even better, and I said it a few days ago, I see Messi right now as the same player, the same kind of player as that one that scored 91 goals in the calendar year, that elusive goal scorer inside the box right now and outside as well. He is so threatening every time he gets the ball. He looks a lot more clinical this season. He looks a lot more motivated to score goals. In the first instance, he was breaking through, and I think in that first goal, he really highlighted all of his qualities, because he had the ball at his feet. He had Luis Suarez ahead of him. He had Jordi Alba to the left-hand side, and I think what Lionel Messi did here was magical, because the easy pass would have been to play in Jordi Alba. He could have easily done that and been done with it, but he didn't do that. He faked a pass to Alba. Instead, he played the ball straight forward, breaking the lines to Luis Suarez. Suarez plays his part well. He plays a simple reverse pass to Messi with the right weight on it. Messi takes one look up. Meanwhile, Buffon is quite sort of flabbergasted what's going on. He expected the ball to go wide, but before he knew it, Lionel Messi's bearing down on goal. Messi smashes it low and hard across the goal. Buffon doesn't even move, and Lionel Messi finally scores against Buffon in goal. A brilliant first goal, and it was the timing of that goal, because in the first half we did dominate the ball, but Juve did have their chances. They were threatening on the break. I think Nelson Semedo in that first half was one of our best players. Defensively, he was outstanding down that right. His Champions League debut for Barca, of course, tonight, as well as Ousmane Dembele. But I think Semedo in that first half showed his pace. Against Dybala, he was easily winning the races. He showed good positioning. A lot of the times as well, he was left with 2-on-1 situations. There wasn't an awful lot of cover for Semedo in that first half, but he played really well. He covered well. He was certainly very good on the ball, and he did offer a threat going forward as well. So a really good half for Semedo. But like I say, Messi's goal right before half-time, that was a real killer blow. That really dampened Juventus' spirits. They were looking quite good. They were looking quite compact, but Messi broke them down, and that really did impact the game in a very positive way for us. The first half was very much a 50-50 tie, but the second half, we really took control in terms of possession, in terms of chances created, and we were absolutely outstanding outstanding going forward in that second half, because of course once Juventus conceded, they needed to come out a bit more, they needed to commit a few more men to attack, and they could not deal with Lionel Messi. Absolutely not. He was in that central role, he kept finding space. I think Suarez at times tonight, his passing wasn't quite there, his first touch was off, he still looks like he's getting back into the thick of things after his injury, and I think Dembele as well started to tire during that second half. I think he had a bit nerves as well. I still think I probably would have started Deulofeu. I said it in the preview, I think Deulofeu from the start wouldn't have been the bad decision, simply because Dembele is still getting into the swing of things. He's still very young, of course. He was definitely nervous out there tonight on his official start for Barcelona, so it wasn't the best game you'll ever see of Dembele, but he did show signs. He showed signs of talent, and I think he certainly helped Messi in the way that he played, particularly for that second goal of Lionel Messi's. You know, Dembele taking the man away, making a very intelligent run across the goal, taking the man with him, and of course then Lionel Messi was there to really create the opportunity and score that third goal. But it was a second goal once again, brilliant from Lionel Messi down that right hand side. Again, he's picking up that space, and that's the thing, when he's in that false nine role, he's not tied down to one wing, he's not just having to stay on the right, he can't be man marked, he finds the space, and when the space is there, he's happy enough to go into it, and when he goes into it, of course, he causes problems. Buffon out of his goal, there was a scramble, Rakitic was there to guide it into a pretty empty net. That was 2-0, that was a big goal, Rakitic popping up with another goal against Juventus. He of course scored in the Champions League final, but Lionel Messi tonight was at the heart of everything Barcelona did. In the final third, he was elusive, he was fantastic, he was clinical, and it was great to see him finishing those chances, being clinical, showing that goal scorer trait that he has in him, while seeing all the other magic as well. Because I think Messi tonight really dug us out of a hole in the first half, he got us back into the game, he got us into the ascendancy, built on that in the second half, and I'm just so excited about what we're going to see from him going forward. I think there was another good performance from Sergio Busquets, Gerard Piqué had the clear one off the line, they had a few attempts from long range with midfield this season. I think performed pretty well tonight when called upon, pretty good. I think there's times there where you'd say there's still things that we need to work on. Tonight it was a very good performance. There were times, like I say, with outstanding result, but there are still things that Valverde will be looking at there that he can improve on as the season goes on, which is perfectly normal. We're still early enough into the season. Like I said in the preview of this game, when he's in the mood, he is absolutely unstoppable, and that's what we saw tonight, and that is what I believe. If we can keep him in that position, if we can keep him utilised, if Dembele and Suarez can play their parts, he really can cause chaos in the coming season, and I cannot wait to see that. So congratulations to all of you guys who correctly predicted 3-0 in the match preview. What I did was predict 3-1, and looking at that game as it went on, I was kind of wondering why I thought Juventus would score. We've kept a lot of clean sheets so far this season. Yes, they had that effort cleared off the line, but in the second half, they didn't trouble us an awful lot. Never really looked like scoring in that second half. 3 goals for us though, 3 very good goals. Messi at the heart of them, as we've said. Let me know your thoughts down below on the man of the match. I think you'll all probably go with Lionel Messi, but were there any other performances that you feel were very, very good? I know Semedo, I mentioned in the first half, was outstanding. I think Dembele, as we saw, some flashes of what he can do, but I think the best is still to come. Jordi Alba, of course, on that left-hand side, gave us an outlet all game long. At times, his final ball wasn't there, but in general, he was very good once again. If we just look at the final match stats once again, courtesy of OneFootball, Barcelona finished the game with 63% possession, dominating the ball, as we said, 36% on Juve's side. We had more corners in the game, 6-4. 3 goals, of course, for Barcelona. Juventus on the night actually had more shots and more shots on target. They had 13 shots in total, 7 of those coming on Ter Stegen's goal, all of which, though, he dealt with pretty much ease. There was a very good save in there early on from Matteo De Sciglio. That was a great save early on from Ter Stegen. We ourselves had 9 shots, 5 of those on target, and we did have, obviously, a very early chance as well from Luis Suarez, which was well saved by Gianluigi Buffon. And finally, 710 passes we had to Juventus's 406. So we really dominated the ball tonight. We were very, very good in the final third, particularly the second half. We really announced ourselves. A goal disallowed as well in that second half for Luis Suarez. It's believed that Jordi Alba was deemed to be offside before he centred the ball, and Luis Suarez tucked it past Buffon, who couldn't quite gather the ball. But that one was ruled out. 3-0 it finished on the night. The other game in the group, Olympiacos lost at home to Sporting Lisbon, 3-2 on the night that one was. So right now we do sit top of the group group, and we're very much hoping to stay there in this Champions League campaign. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Who impressed you tonight? Who was your man of the match? What did you make of the performance against Juventus? Very sorry that I couldn't show you the official Champions League clips from the game tonight, but unfortunately, due to copyright rules and restrictions, I couldn't do that tonight and really didn't want to risk it on the channel. I should be all fine for the La Liga clips though, so stay with me for those. In the coming weekend, we have Getafe away from home, and of course, I'll be doing more videos looking at this Juventus game in a bit more detail, but unfortunately, no clips for you guys this time. But don't worry, I'll be back soon. I've also got part 2 of my FIFA ratings review, which a lot of you are keen to see. Thank you very much for your comments on that. I'll also have a new video coming up, which I mentioned on Facebook as well, about rating each player's performance tonight out of 10, a sort of player ratings video. That'll be coming up very shortly for you, looking back at this match. But thank you, as always, for your constant support. A great win tonight, 3-0 to Barca. See you soon. Visca el Barça!